wish I would have done that. Oh, I have goosebumps right now when I say this.
I'm gonna get emotional.
All right. Hello. How's everybody doing? My name is Brady. Thanks for joining up with us. I'm an enrollment advisor. Welcome to Lambton College, or our virtual tour of Lambton College. Thank you so much for joining. We are here. We are live. This is not a recording. This is happening in real time. And because of that, we're able to have conversations with everybody watching the live tour right now. So if you're watching via YouTube, use YouTube chat, have a talk with us. We have Logan Savage with us as well. He's an enrollment advisor, just as myself. and he's in the chat. He's able to answer your questions, and if they're really exciting or a question to me directly or maybe something involved in the tour, we can post it on the screen and we can have a chat that way, and I'll be able to see them too. So please feel free to ask anything you like as we roll through the tour today. I am in our Sarnia campus. I am in our main building. We have multiple buildings on this campus. We have a few other buildings as well outside, but we're looking at the main one where about like 95% of our programs take place. It's called our South Building. Our main campus is what you'll hear it regularly referred to, once again, in Sarnia, Ontario. I'm an enrollment advisor, like I mentioned. My name is Brady. Thanks for joining. I look after full-time domestic program information, applications, being your point of contact for the school if you're starting a program in September, maybe thinking about doing so. Anyway, so when it comes to my knowledge, what I'm able to help you with most and able to show you in the best to my knowledge is our domestic full-time applications. If you are joining us because you were looking at an international program or you're planning on studying at Lambton under a study visa, thank you so much for joining. We're super glad to have you here, and we'll answer your questions as best as we can, but just keep in mind I'm mostly knowledgeable about our domestic offerings, and if there's anything that we can't help you with, we'll get you in contact with the people that can. Anyways, but thank you so much. We are going to start off in our Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center. It's one of our biggest, it's one of our newest additions. This is home to a lot of our health programs. We're going to see our lab spaces here. Then we're going to mosey about, make our way south through the school and check out some stuff as we move through and see all the different lab spaces and all the different student services that we have. So we'll get kicking off in a second here. A few things though. We have open house coming up March 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're going to be doing this again. Make sure to join then. If you have any questions, I know I mentioned this already, but just please let us know. We love talking to people during these things. I love hearing from you. So please post your questions in that YouTube live chat. If you're on lambtoncollege.ca right now, open up a live chat in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and that's going to go directly to Logan, and Logan can help you there, or he can post your question on the screen with the help from our IT department, who is so grateful or graceful to help us through these things, and we can get your question posted on the screen. All right, so we're going to begin. I'm going to be wearing a mask. You can see it hanging by my head here. I am going to be wearing this throughout the school. Just going to pop that on there. I'm in a secluded area. Not a lot of people make their way down here. I'm in kind of a weird spot. So anyways, that's why my mask was off, but we do have a full mask on rule here. But just wanted to say hello and let you guys see my face, and then continue on our way with my mask on. All right. So we're just in our Nova Chemicals Health and Research Center. Like I said, we're on the first floor, the ground level floor, if you will. We do have 2 floors to this building, and we're going to see all these different lab spaces. First, we're at our massage therapy clinic. It's called The Clinic at Lambton. And I'm just going to show you kind of the window view here. As we walk around, you can see what it looks like already, which is a clinic. It's exactly set up to be that because we offer full clinical offerings here for our students, just like you were going to an actual massage therapy clinic. You can walk in here, you can make an appointment, you sit down and wait for your appointment, you get called back, and then you have your appointment. Exactly the thing that you would experience if you were going to an actual massage therapy clinic, because this is an actual massage therapy clinic. And it's open to students, it's open to staff, it's open to public, all that kind of good stuff. So just gonna pop the door open here. Awesome. We are on our way. And some of these lab spaces, just so you know, I may not be able to get into if there's any classes. So we're going to try and get into as much stuff as we can. But if there's classes going on, I don't want to disrupt people. I don't want to add the numbers to that room and be an extra body in a room where maybe I'm not supposed to be. So we won't be going in those spaces. But this one we certainly can because there's nobody in here right now. Pop the lights on. There we go. So this is our massage therapy lab. You can see lots of semi-private rooms, lots of massage tables. Massage therapy is a fantastic program for us. Outcomes are very good as to the success of our graduates in writing the RMT exam. We've been very successful, and our grads have done very, very well on that RMT examination, which is your final step to become a registered massage therapist. We have some of the highest rankings in the province, and that's because of facilities like this and our faculty who are dedicated and amazing. You can see these massage beds, they're all brand new. And to give you a kind of a scope of the room here, lots and lots of space. And then this lab space also shares a room with our occupational therapy assistant, physiotherapy assistant lab space. I don't think there's a class in there. However, last time I opened this door, there was. So let's see what happens. All right, we are good. All right, this room's dark. Cool. And all the lights here turn off automatically. So if you think I'm running around turning lights on and then they're just going to stay on, Not like that. They're going to turn off on their own, which is pretty neat. Lots of eco-friendly features here at the college. Just running across the room, turn more lights on so you guys can see what we have to offer. This is one of our most popular programs, though. Occupational therapy assistant, physiotherapy assistant. There's a massive demand for OTAs and PTAs right now. Huge demand. And this is one of those programs you can take that's going to put you into a field where there are workers needed. If you want to become an occupational therapy assistant, physiotherapy assistant, this is the spot that you want to be at. This lab was built in partnership with occupational therapists and physiotherapists from our Blue Water Health hospital network here. And if you look, once again, these are all simulation labs. It looks just like an actual occupational therapy clinic or physiotherapy clinic. And at the back, you can see some more equipment like stairs, and there's even an ice bath machine, all the stuff that you're going to need to learn how to use. Quite frankly, I wish I knew more about it so I could talk to you more, but I know that our occupational therapy assistant students and physiotherapy assistant students are well trained to use the most modern technology there is. Even these racking systems, I know it's kind of boring to look at a rack, these guys up here, but this is the exact same type of setup that you're going to see in a hospital clinic setting. And that's because that's how this lab is built to be. You are going to walk out of this lab space, walk out of our 2-year diploma program with the skills needed to become one of the best occupational therapist assistant or physiotherapist assistants that you possibly can be. And that's because of our faculty, because of these amazing lab spaces. All right, we're clearing out of here. Sweet. Got some questions coming, I understand. All right, Rahid. Hey, Brady, will you be showing any classroom for the hospitality program? Hospitality takes place in a few different spots on campus. In this building, you'd be using kind of like more normal classrooms, I guess you could say. However, our classrooms aren't exactly normal. Actually, why don't we go take a look at one? It's a great question. So hospitality does mostly take place in our event center, it's called, which is where we have our hospitality labs, we have our culinary kitchen, we have our photography labs, our esthetician studio, our hairstyling studio. All that is in another building. We will not be seeing that. However, I can show you a classroom at least. And this is the learning studio. So it's a big open room, lots of nice bright light, all that kind of cool stuff. But there's a lot of really neat features inside this room. These desks are set up most likely for, well, they definitely are for physical distancing right now. But when we're back and out of this pandemic scenario, which will happen in the future at some point, you will see a different type of desk in this room. And they utilize these dividers, which are also whiteboards. So we can flip this room into a testing type setup. We can flip it into group work. We can put individual desks in here. At the snap of your fingers, you can move the desks around, you can move the chairs around to get into all sorts of different scenarios and areas. And then this board behind me is not only a whiteboard, big just white backdrop, it's also a whiteboard. So we can draw on stuff, we can put the projector on, we can do all sorts of things in this room. The teacher hangs out in the front of this one. However, some of these rooms are set up where the teacher hangs out in the middle. So anyways, to answer your question, you will be in a few different areas. This is one of them. Neat features indeed. But it's a different, when we get students from like high school, for example, and tell them, yeah, you're going to be in a normal classroom, they think of something similar to what they've been in their high school career. It's not like that here. Our classrooms are a little different. Now, some of them do look a lot like what you might have had in high school, but all the new ones, and in the future, every single classroom is going to have that same type of look, this learning studio approach rather than a traditional classroom. This is where I get winded because I'm going up a bunch of stairs. If there's any questions, please let me know. So we are in the upstairs part. All right, we got a question coming. Cool. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, please. Just hearing from my moderator, Eric Brown, today from IT. He's helping us out with a lot of the back-end stuff. Cool. So right now I'm in our pharmacy technician lab. This is one of them. It's actually one of the biggest labs in our health building. This is our retail pharmacy. So you can see here, we're in front of some computers where you chart and distribute medicines and those types of things. And then over here, we have our retail pharmacy counter. Just like you would experience in a real retail pharmacy, you know, Rexall, Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, those types of areas. That's what we think of when we think where pharmacists work, but they work in all sorts of different areas like hospitals. And for that, we have a separate lab space, which is this room. This is our hospital pharmacy, so very different from the retail pharmacy. You can see our medicine cabinets behind me all locked up there. Lots of computers, lots of medicine carts. We also have specialized machinery like this machine here, which distributes pills into different types of mediums, like a blister pack or like these little plastic packets. And if you've ever been in the hospital or had someone there and seen the type of medicines they get, that's how they receive them. It's in blister packs or these little like plastic bags. That machine makes them automatically. Then here we have our clean room, our ante room. And these hoods is where we prepare IV medicines. So the pharmacy, we have our hospital pharmacy. We're in that now, and we will come around. But take note of where this door is, because surprisingly, it's an important door. An important door, and we're going to talk about why that is important when I come around to the other side of these lab spaces. And then over here, we have our compounding room. This is where we make medicine. You can see all sorts of different types of medicines here. Good example of what they do in that room is if you have a young person who can't take pills, let's say, like that young person can't swallow a pill, maybe they're too young, maybe they have a throat condition where they can't do that, but they can swallow liquid. You might take that pill and turn it into a liquid. You can compound different medicines together and turn them into different things, and our students learn how to do that compounding as part of this pharmacy technician program. All right, so we're going to exit. Cool. Awesome. Please let me know if you got questions. Good stuff. Okay. Cool. Rahid, where can we get information about the professor who will be teaching us so that we can ask some question regarding our program? That's a great question. That should be emailed to you. So we always connect all of our applicants. And once again, my knowledge is for the domestic side of things. I'm not quite sure how our international programs go. If you're an international student, I'm unsure if you are. But if you are, I'm not exactly sure how you're connected with your coordinators and professors that way. But we do email every single one of our applicants an information video and a little blurb about their coordinator. It's called Meet Your Coordinator. So check your inbox for that. You might have one. If not, you can contact info@lambtoncollege.ca if you're a domestic applicant. If you're an international applicant, you can contact international@lambtoncollege.ca and they'll get that information to you. All right, so good stuff. All right. So we are in a pretty important area of the school here. This is a central hub. We unfortunately won't be able to get into our simulation hospital today because there's a class in there. And in order to keep social distancing and restricted numbers adhered to, won't be able to hop in there right now. Wish we could. But that's a 42-bed simulation hospital. It's set up to be exactly like a hospital. It is exactly what the name says, a simulation hospital. 42 beds, 3 tiers, semi-private rooms. Then there's 2 private NICU units, NICU or ICU units at the back, where we do intensive care, and our students learn how to practice intensive care in a quarantine NICU unit as compared to a semi-private standard bed. 42 beds is a huge amount. Our nursing, Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Practical Nursing have some of the best facilities, some of the largest in Ontario that they get to utilize on this campus, and that's because of this amazing new building and this amazing new lab space. So unfortunately, we can't hop in there. We do have 360 tour on our website, lambtoncollege.ca. Go to future students. I think there should be a tab there that says virtual tour. You can click that and you can actually take a walk around yourself by clicking through our lab space and see that hospital in action. All right, so these are study pods. They're offices, more or less. You can see them here, but they're for students. If it's empty, hop in there, do your group work, do your homework, put something up on the TV, pull up some music, do whatever you want. Use it for yourself, use it for your groups, use it for your friends, whatever you need to do. Maybe don't hang out in there all day. Like, don't bring a PS4 and hook it up and utilize it all day for that. But if you're doing schoolwork and you need a private place to go study, place to practice a presentation that's private, that's exactly what these are for. Hop in there, pull it up on the TV, do your thing, and you are well on your way. All right. Then this is our audiology lab. It's utilized for programs like Communicative Disorders Assistance Program, which is a postgraduate that we offer. These tanks are sound tanks. You can hop in there and they're completely silent. You can hear your own heartbeat and that's about it. But we use that to have an unbiased, unfiltered area where we can practice different types of assessments and test people for their hearing and their pathology and those types of things. So those sound tanks are downright strange to be inside. But that's because we need a very secluded area in order for us to do those types of tests on your hearing. We have to make sure you can hear things out of all parts of your ear. And we have the equipment to do that, which is pretty cool. All right, so just behind me is the Progressive Auto Sales Arena. That is not part of the college, but that is home to our Sarnia OHL team, the Sarnia Sting. We have agreements with them for a couple different things. Our sports and recreation administration students work directly with them. So we're one of the only schools with a 3-year advanced diploma business program about the business of sport called Sports and Recreation Administration. We also put our students on the ice with the Sarnia Sting, which is a fantastic opportunity. Each year we get students traveling from all around the province to come and take this program with us because the opportunity with the OHL, because we get real time with an actual profitable OHL team. And that's not practice that you get in virtually any other school in the province. And it's right beside us. So how could we not be partnered with them? We have deals all the time where, maybe once a month, twice a month, something like that, or maybe once every couple months, they'll have special ticket prices for students where you can go and see a Sting game for like $10. Even other than that, if you're staying in residence, it's like a 3-minute walk from our residence. All right, we're good. It's a 3-minute walk from residence. So if you want to go see a Sting game on the weekends, walk across the parking lot, go over there, go watch a Sting game. They got different events that happen throughout the year too. It's not just hockey, all sorts of things take place there. So it's really nice having this huge arena beside us that we can take use of and partner with for programs. All right, so you might have noticed I walked into a room here. Looks a little different. It's an apartment. There's a kitchen. I'm in a living room right now. We got a bathroom. I was just in a bedroom, but you might have also noticed that this looks a little different. There's all sorts of living assist devices here, like this lift assist device that helps people get in and out of bed that might have troubles doing so otherwise. And we utilize this space for a couple different programs. Personal support worker, paramedic use this most heavily. And it is used for personal support workers so we can learn in-home care. As a PSW, you need to go into people's places of living and help them navigate, help them use these lift assist devices, help them live the best life that they possibly can in the most healthy way. And we have all the equipment, all the same setup that you would experience right in the real field, right in someone's real house to do that. For paramedic, we use it for missions, for rescue missions. We'll talk about a scenario in the future, but as a paramedic, you're going to need to get into people's homes and rescue them out of positions that might be difficult to do so. And we have the same facilities. You might be having those actual calls in, so you can feel comfortable when you go into someone's apartment. What if you found someone collapsed in the kitchen? You don't know if they hit their head or if they had a heart attack, what's going on, but you can practice that and see what it's like in real life through these apartment buildings. It's really cool to see in action. And the best part is when you're doing tests in this room, when you're completing a practical assessment, a practical test, you won't be doing that with a teacher over your shoulder. You'll be doing that on your own, doing your own thing, and the teacher's going to sit in this room and watch you and talk to you, use the cameras, talk to you over the microphones, all that kind of cool stuff. And that way you don't feel the pressure of someone over your shoulder telling you what to do as you're trying to complete an assessment or complete a test or something like that. It's really nice. That same thing is set up in our hospital too with the NICU units. So if you're doing a practical assessment, you might be in one NICU unit or ICU unit, and the professor will be in the middle room, and then the professor will be chatting with you over the microphone, watching you over the cameras, and that way you don't feel the pressure of someone over your shoulder. So that is set up in our hospital as well. So I'm just going to pop into the paramedic lab here. All right. So Philippe, does the campus have any project management leadership strategies course? To be honest, I'm not sure. That is one of our international programs. I'm not super knowledgeable in our international program offerings. We have a whole team of people that are. They're not with us today. I look after our domestic program offerings. So I'm just not super knowledgeable in those programs. I know that we don't offer it from our domestic side. But if you email international@lambtoncollege.ca, I can more than guarantee that they will reach out to you. Typically, it takes 3 to 5 days for them to do so. So be warned, it won't be immediate. But they will get back to you, that I promise, and they'd be able to let you know for sure. However, I'm not 100% sure. Great question. It sounds familiar, and I think that one's one of our international program offerings, but let's get you in contact with the people that know best, and you do that through international@lambtoncollege.ca. All right, so I'm in our paramedic lab. We have one of the top paramedic programs in the province. It's a CMA certified program, one of only 3 in Ontario. Lots of colleges offer paramedic. However, not every single one, and not many actually, only 3 of us included, offer it with the CMA certification. And that allows you as a paramedic to graduate and work anywhere in Canada that you like. So that's a huge feature. There's a bunch of other certifications that only we offer. There's a reason why students travel from everywhere across Ontario to take paramedic with us. It's because of facilities like this. It's because of the apartments. It's because of the hospital. It's also because we offer these amazing certifications as part of our paramedic program. And you can see behind me an ambulance. Yes, you do learn ambulatory care here. This was an ambulance that was on the road. We chopped the front off, brought it into our paramedic lab, and our students learned to run an ambulance right here on campus. We're on the second floor. Pretty neat to see in action. And that leads us to the kind of the hub of this building. So this area here is really special. So right here we have our hospital entrance, 42-bed simulation hospital, 2 NICU units. I think those are PSW students in there right now. They might be nursing students. It's hard to tell. Then we have our pharmacy technician labs. We have our apartments down the hall where we just were. We have the paramedic lab right behind me. And this was built in a very specific way for a very important reason. And that's because all of these programs work together. We're the only school that runs mass simulations between all of our health programs, and it's a lot of fun. Students love it. So let's lay out a scenario, what that's gonna look like. You might be a PSW student in the apartment, taking care of your person. And maybe you find that person collapsed in the kitchen. You don't know if they hit their head. You don't know if they had a heart attack, but you know you have to call 911. Paramedics get that call. They come into the apartment. They take that patient out like they would on a real call. They bring them into the ambulance. Granted, it's a little bit of a further walk than normal, but might not be either. Sometimes apartments aren't located right next to the apartment. Anyways, bring them into the ambulance, travel to the hospital. They're now at the hospital. They bring the patient into the nursing facility, into our triage center, triage the patient with the nurses. Nurses take that patient into their care. They put the call into our pharmacy students. The pharmacy students prepare medicine for the nurses. Then the nurses administer that medicine to the patient that was just brought to them by paramedic. Big long story, everybody works together, but that's exactly what you're gonna experience in real life. If you are a nursing student, you're gonna have paramedics dropping patients at your feet. If you're a PSW, you don't know what you might run into from a day-to-day life. As a pharmacy student, you're gonna get a call and have to move quick when those nurses need that medicine. So we get to experience that in real time, in real life. Awesome. So we got a question coming. All right, Pinder, please tell us about co-op also. Does college help students in this? Yes, we do, absolutely. So we have a co-op and career center. It is a dedicated team of people whose job is to find you a job, or not find you one, but help you find one, I should say, because they give you all the tools to do so. They have quite a few postings. They have lots of employer relations where they can help you find a co-op position through. So absolutely, it's called the Co-op and Career Center, or My Career. So yeah, answer your question, real simple. Yes, absolutely we will. There's not a co-op guaranteed for every student. And once again, if you're an international student, might be a little different story. I'm only knowledgeable in our domestic offerings, but I know that there is definitely a team of people here to help you with just that. All right. So I am inside our fitness center. Lots of workout stuff here. Gonna walk all the way to the end. Lots of treadmills, all that kind of cool stuff. And we're gonna start talking about it inside this room. All right, so this is our personal training studio. It's part of our fitness center. You might be hearing me echo a little bit because it's a very echoey room. You can see some spin bikes are pulled out. Right behind me is a TRX band wall. However, it's closed off due to the pandemic right now. Normally this stuff is open. There's equipment all over the place. Well, not all over the place. It's organized quite well. But there's equipment where you can take it out, you can put it back, you can use it as you please. Massive sound system, big giant TV, and a computer in the wall. Right over here. Beep, beep, boop. What you do is you come in here, you choose your workout. Maybe you want to do a spin class. Pull out a spin bike. Your spin class instructor pops up on the TV, just like you hired a spin class instructor for the next hour. However, you can do this whenever you want, or a half an hour or 45 minutes. You follow along just like you hired a personal trainer. When it ends, you put the equipment back and you head on your way, or you do your next workout, or you do whatever else you want. Put the equipment back when you're done, pull it out when you need it, hire a personal virtual trainer whenever you like. Got lots of cardio equipment. These treadmills are really nice too. They're like, I think $14,000 or $15,000, something like that, something crazy. They're really high end. I know that if you go to Good Life or Planet Fitness, they're like $8,000 or $9,000. So we have some of the best equipment that you can get in Sarnia. This is all part of your student fees. It's hard to tell. The lights are off. but down there is our gymnasium. It's one of the biggest in the province. We seat about 1,200 people. It's an Olympic-sized basketball gymnasium. It's really exciting to watch our basketball team play. They're really, really good each year. We have a fantastic coach who does really well in recruitment. So we get some top talent that comes through because they want to work out here. They want to play for us because of these facilities, massive weight room. And if you just want to throw the ball around between classes, you can do that too. Hop in the gym, throw the ball around, do your thing. Recreation hours are posted on the outside of the room. All right. Questions coming, I understand. Cool. Good stuff. All right. How does students get jobs after they've completed their courses? That's a great question. There's a team of people here to help you with that. That's really related to the last thing we talked about, last question that we have. Once again, I'm only knowledgeable in our domestic offerings. So I'm not quite sure exactly what that process looks like. If you're looking at like a postgraduate work permit or something, that's a whole different realm, something I am not knowledgeable in. However, we can get you in contact with the people that are. If you are a domestic student, though, we have the My Career Center, the Co-op Ed Career Center here. They have tons of job postings, just like co-op postings. We have employers from all across Canada, all across Ontario, locally and further away, that give us job postings regularly and work with us to find students. They love hiring our grads, and it's a team of people who know those people that love doing that, and they might be able to help you find one. The best part is all of their services are open to you 12 months after you graduate. So there's a couple of reasons for that. One is to give you the tools to be successful after you graduate, of course, but that's because we know you're not going to have your first interview the day you're done. It's not going to be the day after you're done. It's not going to be during your studies. It might be 6 months later, 8 months later, or 9 months later. Come back in, use their services, do a mock interview, take part in the resume writing workshops, look at their job postings. All of those services are open to you 12 months after you graduate. So that's the Co-op Ed Career Center. All right, so we're going on a long walk here, heading down one of our longer hallways in the school towards our cafeteria. So we'll get to see the fun stuff in a minute. First stop, though, that I want to make is the Enactus studio or Enactus office here. Doesn't look like anybody's in the room right now, but we do get to see their trophy case, which is pretty cool. Enactus is a group of students. It's a student-ran extracurricular group. It's not an academic program, but it is a group of people who take students from all across all programs. You don't have to be in a specific program to help out with Enactus or get involved, but it stands specifically for Entrepreneurs in Action for Us All. And what they do is take on socially minded projects or things that might help better people's lives in some way or another, locally, internationally, in all sorts of different ways. And then they come up with a way to do it, and they actually do it. They put it in place. However, they do that with an entrepreneurial spirit. So really what that means is we make sure it's sustainable. You know, it's easy to, give money or give food to a group of people that really need that. However, that's only going to last for so long. What if we develop systems? What if we develop ways that people can give themselves that for a much longer period of time? So that's a really bird's eye view of the type of stuff they do. We've done projects in Zambia. We've done projects locally. We've done projects all across Canada and Ontario and even the world in some cases. And because of that, we have won some pretty big accolades. We are very good at that. We are actually world champions from 2018. You can see the big trophy there, and runner-up world champions from 2019. The last two competitions that took place, we placed first in the world and second. And to put this in perspective, Enactus is a group of students that stretch across hundreds and hundreds of universities and colleges in the world. Some of the biggest schools you can think of participate in Enactus. I know University of Windsor does. I believe Yale has a team. We compete against all of those schools. We aren't given special privilege because we're a college or we're in a different class. We compete against everybody, and we championed all of North America, beating out every single university in the USA, every single college, university in Canada, even across the world in 2018. And then in 2019, we lost out to a school in Egypt who had an amazing story to tell, just as we did. However, world champions, really, really proud about that. Coming from a smaller college like us, whenever I talk about our school and I'm speaking with students in a presentation or wherever I might be, I always say the theme of the day is we're small but mighty, because we really are. And these are testaments to show you that we absolutely are. To be world champions, beating out schools with hundreds and thousands of well, maybe not hundreds of thousands, but thousands more students, tens of thousands more students than we have. is something we're really, really proud of. And big schools like Yale and University of Windsor and Western and all these different places that have much bigger budgets, much bigger student bodies. Well, we're really proud to say that we are champions in a lot of those areas. All right, so new question. Brian, will you be showing the location of classes for the sports management program? Yes, so I was distracted a little bit because we walked past one of the studios that they use. So sports and recreation management, great question, takes place in a whole bunch of different areas. You might have classes in this upper floor, the second floor. They're in more standard classrooms. So if you were at the beginning or here at the beginning of the tour, you would have seen a learning studio. That's one of the areas where you're going to be studying, is in studios like that. You will also have placement opportunities in the progressive auto sales arena. However, you're going to be more spread out in kind of standard classrooms. So there's not one specific area that we use for that program. They are students in that program, sports and recreation administration, management, are in areas from one end of the school all the way to the other, but you're in this building. So that you can count on. All of these spaces are going to be spaces that you're going to walk by, you're going to use on a day-to-day basis. But when it comes to the actual rooms, you're going to be in lecture theaters, you're going to be in learning studios, places like that. So I'll pop around the corner and show you one of the learning studios, because this is one of the ones where you might find yourself having classes. All right, cool. This looks like a good one. Nobody's in here. Good stuff. All right, so I'm just going to walk to the other end so the lights turn on. This is one of the learning studios where sports and recreation administration students might be, and many other students for many other programs. It overlooks the front kind of entrance area of our school. It's nice big windows, nice and bright. You can see this has those desks that I was talking about earlier. We can put them into group mode, we can put them into test mode, all sorts of different styles of learning. But this is one of those studios where you might be for sports and recreation administration. Great question, Brian. Thanks for joining. Glad to have you here. Cool. Philippe, how do we join the college soccer team? That's a great question. I can't remember the email off the top of my head, so maybe Logan, if you could find the email for athletics or SAC, either one of them, that would be awesome if you could post that in the chat where Philippe is. You'll want to contact our athletics department, which can be contacted through our student administrative council. Either one of them will take you there. Perhaps Logan, if you don't mind finding that email, that would be awesome for them. But you just contact the coach, let them know you want to join. They'll go through the questions and things like that and get you into the tryout process and look at getting you on the team that way. All right, so I've been standing in front of this room for a while. This is our chemistry lab, organic chemistry. This is used in our chemical lab technician program, chemical production power engineering programs. It's used in instrumentation control engineering, I believe, in some cases. But these are our chemistry labs. Brand new to the art. Lots of chemistry stuff in there. Looks like CSI. You know, that's a dated reference. I don't even know if CSI is on anymore, but anyways, it's a big giant chemistry lab, and we do some pretty cool stuff in there. It's also used in research, and research is something I haven't touched on, but I should have. We are #2 in Canada for research, the second top college in all of Canada, #1 in Ontario for applied research, and students are doing that research for us. So it's an amazing opportunity for students to add to their resume, to potentially invent things the world has never seen before, because that's exactly what we do. But to be #2 in Canada, #1 in Ontario, top research school in the entire province, second top in all of Canada, we are crazy proud about that. And that's because we have really cool facilities like those chemistry labs, like some of the research labs we're going to see. We hired almost 300 students last year to take part in research. Programs like chemical lab technician have an entire focus in their last year all about research. And these are all reasons why we're #2 in Canada, #1 in Ontario. Super, super proud about that. Right now we're in our cafeteria. Well, the upper caf, it's mostly seating. However, there is a Tim Hortons. There is like a food shop behind me there. It changes each semester. Last year, I think it was like stir fry, that kind of stuff. Let me see. Cool. Knock, knock. All right. We were just heading into the Student Administrative Council here. Good stuff, sneaking in. Okay, so we're in the Student Administrative Council area here, and this is all for you as a student. It is a hangout area. It's home to our student offices, both for the faculty, for the coordinators, and for our Student Administrative Council members, so they have office spaces as well. You can see couches, you can see chairs. You can also see a gaming arena right behind me. We do have an amazing esports academic program. We also have varsity esports. So if you play any competitive video games, you can try out for our teams, just like soccer or baseball or basketball. Try out for a League of Legends team, try out for our Overwatch team. You can do that right here on campus because of this amazing facility. I've been saying that a lot, this amazing facility, but it really is some of those reasons why you want to attend with us. If you just want to rip some games between classes, you can do that too. They're crazy high-end computers. They run almost any video game you can imagine at top settings. There's 1 gigabit internet running to each and every single one of them, so we have no issues with lag, at least that we can control. So when it comes to tournaments, when it comes to practice, there's no better place you can do that than right here on campus. And if you're playing varsity for us, you're definitely going to be utilizing that space. We even have a separate, even higher end gaming arena for varsity only players that they can practice maybe during hours where this is booked by someone else or the place is full and our varsity players really need to practice, or if they need a tournament where it's a little bit more quiet, a space to do that in. We have a separate arena just for varsity players as well with higher end computers. There's also these TVs, they have PS4s. You want to rip some games in between class, hop in here, grab a controller, do your thing. Or if you want to play on the PCs, you can do that too. Come up to the front desk, book your time, hop on a computer, and away you go. All right, we're going to go down to the school pub here. Cool, cool. How you guys doing? Good. Just going to run through it. That's cool. It's doing a live tour. Cool. So we're in their Lion's Den, which is their school pub. Great place to grab some food. They do serve alcohol, so if you're over the age of 19, come in here, grab a drink if you like, preferably after class. If you are under the age, they will still serve you regular food and soda and that kind of stuff. They're not going to turn you away at the door. They just won't serve you alcohol, of course. But delicious food. Some of the best food I've ever had has come out of that Lion's Den. It's our school pub. Food's amazing. Drinks are amazing. Music's amazing. They have live events. Normally, in a post-pandemic world, it'll come back, of course. Last Thursday of every month, they might have a band, a DJ. They might have a toga party. They might have all sorts of stuff happening. Anyways, last Thursday of every month, there's always something popping off in there. Or if you just want to listen to some music, play some games, grab some food with your friends after class, hop in there, do your thing. That's one place, though. It's important to note your meal card won't work. I'm sure you can imagine why, but your meal plan won't work in the Lion's Den. It will, however, work in the Marketplace Cafe, which is right behind me. It's currently closed because we have limited amounts of students on campus right now. However, that is home to a salad bar, a soup bar, pizza. There's another Tim Hortons inside there. There's a burger shop at the back. They have daily specials on the left-hand side. They might do like sushi on Mondays. They might do turkey dinners around Easter time, that kind of stuff, or Thanksgiving. So there's always something delicious there. Any questions? Cool. There's one. Jessica, can international students work on campus as a part-time job? Jessica, I'm unsure. That's a great question. Best I can recommend is to contact international Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Sorry about that. I cut out a little bit there. I should have warned everybody at the beginning too, and it totally slipped my mind. I'm going to blip in and out a little bit. You might see me like kind of pause like you probably just did. That's because I'm hopping between access points in the school. So it's a totally normal thing to happen. Just stay tuned. I'm going to come back no matter what. However, that's a good example of what that's going to look like. I might just like freeze up for a second, but then I come back and here I am. Hey, thanks for joining. So Jessica, to answer your question, I'm unsure. That's a great question. The best I can recommend is to contact our international liaison team. They can be contacted through international@lambtoncollege.ca. That's going to put you in contact. I'm saying contact a lot. That's going to put you in touch with the people that will be able to help you out best. And I'm just not quite sure what that looks like because I understand international students have a little bit of a different criteria when it comes to working while studying. And we want to make sure that we put you on the best path possible. And our international liaison team is very knowledgeable in those intricacies, and they can make sure that you're making the best decision and putting yourself in the best spot possible for working while you're studying here. So once again, my name is Brady. Maybe some people have joined since I began. We're in Lambton College. We are at our main campus in Sarnia, Ontario. I'm an enrollment advisor here, and I look after domestic applications, domestic program offerings, and information about the school. when it comes to our domestic applicant side of things. If you are an international student, and I understand we have some with us today, we have a whole team of people that do the same thing that I do. However, they focus on those international programs. And you can contact them through international@lambtoncollege.ca. Hey, how are you? Yeah, live on camera right now. You guys are good though. It's just me. Oh, quite potentially, yeah.
So, this is my friend Obida.
Hey.
She is coming to Lambton College.
Oh, good. I think we were texting not too long ago. Yeah.
And Obida has an appointment
To grab a laptop from the
Oh, probably at
Teaching
the,
and Learning Commons, it said.
that would be the library. Yeah.
Is there anybody in there?
There should be. Yep, they're normally there, but I think till like 7:30 or something like that. So anyway, they should be right up there. No problem. There we go. You're the best plug we got. Yeah, no problem. That room goes by a bunch of different names, so you're heading in the right spot though. Cool. All right. So, Teaching and Learning Commons, fun fact, that's also the library. When will applications for residents be available? I think, okay, I'm gonna flip out right here. Let me hold up because I don't want to lose you before I answer that question, Brian. I think they're open now. I'm pretty sure you can apply right now. And if not, you will be able to very soon. Head to www.lambtoncollege.ca/residents. Nice and easy URL, lambtoncollege.ca/residents. And I think you can apply right now, if I'm not mistaken. You're gonna, when you hit that page, www.lambtoncollege.ca/residents, you're gonna see an apply now button. It's right on the right-hand side. Click that, see where it takes you. Worst case scenario, if you were unable to apply, however, I'm pretty sure you can, email residents@lambtoncollege.ca and they'll get you set up that way. So I'm pretty sure you can. All right, okay, we are gonna head towards our Center of Excellence Energy. I'm gonna lose connection, fair warning, a couple times in this hallway. We are going to head down towards our Center of Excellence Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies. You can see lockers all around me, tons of lockers. They're all over the school. You can rent them for $40 for the year, I'm pretty sure, maybe per term. Don't quote me on that. I think it's 40 for the year. And you do that in the SAC office, those Student Administrative Council offices where we were earlier, 40 bucks. You got classes in the basement, grab one in the basement. You got classes on second floor, grab them on the second floor. Wherever you have classes, you can ask for a locker. Great place to throw. I don't need to sell you on why you need a locker. You probably know why you do. It's a place to put things, and that's important. All right. I knew I was going to lose you there. I'm glad that I didn't lose you completely and then had to reset everything, because that happens sometimes. That's not fun. Okay, so we are in the Center of Excellence in Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies. This is our tech wing. It's our brand new one. It's home to a lot of our technology programs. It's home to a lot of our research labs. In the basement here, we have a couple different lab spaces. Right behind me is our capstone project room. That is where students in their final year of programs like instrumentation control engineering technology, industrial automation, power engineering technology, chemical production power engineering technology. This is a place where you can complete your capstone projects, which is your final year project. And there's all sorts of different types of equipment, all sorts of different experiments, all sorts of different stuff set up in there. So it looks a little messy. However, that's because we change it around so much, and there's some really cool equipment in there, 3D printers and all sorts of different things. And then on this side of the room is our PLC robotics lab. I think it's called the PLC lab name. However, robotics and PLC lab. Okay, so I was close, not too far off. Oops. Gonna try and get in here if we can. There we go. All right, gonna turn some lights on. Cool. We're in the PLC robotics lab. This is for instrumentation, control engineering, industrial automation. You can see we got robots, some different types too. We got sorting robots, we got arm robots, and we can program these to do virtually anything you can imagine. Deal a deck of cards, make a mixed drink, sort things really quickly. These are the exact same robots that put together KitchenAid mixers. They are industry standard robots. I forget the name of the company. It's probably written on them. Maybe I could read it. FANUC, F-A-N-U-C. That is the largest robotics manufacturer in the world. They supply the most amount of robotics to manufacturing, like auto assembly plants, manufacturing facilities of all sorts of different shapes and sizes. And students in our millwright mechanical technician program, I believe students in instrumentation as well, also get a special certification that says that they know FANUC robots. They are FANUC certified. And that's really important when you're looking for a position. And that's because we have these amazing robots that are industry standard, brand new. Instrumentation students learn how to program them, how to run them, in some cases, how they operate. Millwright students also use this lab, and they learn how to maintain them, how to install them, how to fix them, those types of things. So that's a big difference between those two areas there. They cross over a little bit, but they both work on these robots. It's both really important. And robotics is an important part of industry right now. It's an important part of a lot of our programs too. And because of these amazing facilities that we have, that's my word of the day, amazing facilities. Because of these awesome spots we have, we're staying on top of those industry changes. And we have brand new equipment that supports a lot of that. So we are still in the basement here. This is our electronics lab. This is used in instrumentation, control engineering, industrial automation. Huge long title. ISET is the acronym for it. This is where students learn how to make circuitry and how to test different things and how to build circuit boards, for lack of a better term. This lab here, I'll go back this way. Not going to pop in there, but you can see a whole bunch of pipe work. You can see some pipes in the back corner there. I know it's not too exciting to look at, but when it's in action, that is really cool to see. That is a distillation tower. However, this one's made out of acrylic. And what those towers do is they allow us to draw off different types of chemicals and products at different levels. So at the very top, and this is a very uninformed explanation, but it gives you the visualization of what is actually happening there. At the very top of this huge tower, we might have methane, let's say. And then at the very bottom, we might have butane. And in the middle, we might have some other kind of chemical compound. And at these different levels, we can draw off different types of products by creating them. And that's ultimately what you're looking at there. So I'm just walking past some of our research labs. Like I said, we are #2 in Canada, #1 in Ontario. These are research labs. There's students in there researching stuff right now, so I don't want to disturb them too much. However, it's because of lab spaces like this that we have reached that status of being #2 in Canada, #1 in Ontario. And students do that research. They get hired during their programs. They get hired after their programs. They get paid quite well to research stuff. And the way it works is companies and governments and people will ask us to invent things. They might want a better product. They might want a better service. They might want a more ecologically friendly way to produce something that they are currently producing. All sorts of different reasons why they might contact us. And then they hire our school to do that. And we hire students to complete that research right here on campus. All right, so I'm just upstairs in our Center of Excellence in Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies wing of the school, our brand new tech wing. This is where students in chemical production, power engineering technology, instrumentation, control engineering technology, industrial automation, huge long titles. I'm just saying these titles over and over again. But any of our tech programs will have lab spaces in this new building. You can see lots of stuff. Okay. So we'll come back to these spaces here, but we're gonna spin around the corner real quick. All right. Cool. Yeah, questions, please, let them come. All right, your eyes are so beautiful. Can I see them in real life one day? Hopefully. Hey, make it. The best part is I'm blushing. You can't tell because I got a big mouth on. But hopefully we get to see all of you on campus one day soon. I know that's what I'm certainly hoping for. All right, so we are in our Center of Excellence in Energy and Bioindustrial Technologies, our huge new tech wing. Right behind me is our boiler unit, or a boiler lab, I should say. We'll be able to pop in there. I'm just gonna stick around the front of it because you do have to have PPE, personal protective equipment, to go further. Oh, that's the wrong one, that's why. There we go. Okay. So this is our PET-C boiler lab. You can see behind me, we have a massive boiler unit that is operational, that is TSSA certified, that is producing power for our school. We also have another boiler unit here, a smaller one, and this is used by power engineering technology students, chemical production power engineering technology students, millwright students, Instrumentation students may find themselves in here as well, and that's because these are the same units that produce power for cities, for massive buildings like hospitals and manufacturing and distribution warehouses. Exact same type of equipment here. And students in power engineering technology, by the end of their third year, get their second class TSSA certified power engineering certificate. Students in chemical production power engineering get their fourth class TSSA certified power engineering certificate. And it's because we have a TSSA certified boiler right here where our students get their steam time reduction right on campus, which is really exciting, and it produces power for our school. All right, right beside me is our environmental water wastewater systems operation lab spaces. Not going to pop in there, but you can see some different equipment. That is a water cleaning apparatus, water cleaning, I want to say device, but there's probably a better term for it than that. But that is the same scaled down thing that you would find in a city inside of a community that's producing clean water for that city, for that community. And that's because students in our environmental water wastewater systems operation program learn to do just that. They produce clean water and learn how to do that in environmentally friendly ways for cities, for communities, for hospitals, or whatever else may need to have clean water. And they go through this 2-year program. It's taught in partnership with It's taught in partnership with Northern College in Timmins. We're the only 2 colleges in Ontario to offer environmental water wastewater systems operations, and we actually team together to teach it. Students take courses part online, students take courses part in person here on campus inside of our environmental water wastewater systems operation lab. And that way they get the best of both worlds. They get to utilize faculty up in Timmins, they get to utilize faculty here in Sarnia as well, and use those lab spaces that we just walked through. All right. So we are heading on our way here. Walking by more research labs. This is the I can't talk all of a sudden. Advanced Materials Testing Lab, #2 in Canada, #1 in Ontario. This is like I like to think about it as a doomsday simulator, which sounds way cooler than a computer lab. But it is a computer lab. However, these computers are outfitted with a really specialized software that essentially is the same type of thing that you would see at a massive oil refinery or petrochemical plant that runs the facility. So all those oil refineries, all those petrochemical facilities are they're running, we know that, and there's a system behind it that's running those plants, and our students get to learn those same operations on these computer systems. And it's really neat because the teacher can put all the computers into a doomsday scenario. Like, let's say a massive boiler or something blew up, something really horrible. And how do you, as a process operator, make it safe for and repeat? Oh, I cut out. Okay, I think I'm coming back. Okay, so how do you as a process operator make sure it's safe to use? How do you make sure that we can get people in there to repair it or test it or make sure that everything's working properly? Well, you do that through a computer system, and you do that through the operating system, and that's the same thing that are on those computers. So we can run some really cool scenarios that way. We're just walking through our 100 hall, which is kind of like one of the main highways. There's 2 main highways across this campus. This one has most of the student services on it, so it's a really important hallway. We're going to walk by these, and I'll tell you about them as we go through here. All right, accessibility. So our accessibility office, they are here for your success. We want you to be successful as a student. We want to give you the tools to be successful. So maybe that means, giving you learning accommodations. Maybe that means adapting some of the accommodations that were given to you in high school through your IEP. Doesn't cross over directly if you have an IEP from high school. However, you can let our accessibility counseling staff know that successful in high school. That's check 1, 2, 3. Hello, coming back slowly. Okay, cut out a little bit there. That was a weird spot to cut out. Normally I don't in this area. Anyways, accessibility, they're there for your success. If there's any learning accommodations, any physical accommodations we can give you that'll make you more successful, let counseling know, let our accessibility counselors know, and they can, or learning strategists know, I should say, and they can quite often give you those accommodations or help you be as successful as you can. When you're successful, you look good, we look good, it's a win-win, so we want to give you the tools to do that. However, you have to be able to say, hey, I might need some help in this area, and they might be able to give you that help. All right, so this is the registrar's office. This is the administrative hub for the school. Cut out a little bit again there. This is a weird spot. If I go like past that door I cut out, However, if I hang out down here, I'm okay, so I'm gonna hang out down here. So this is the registrar's office. Normally a very busy spot in the school. However, with the pandemic, all of our workforce is working from home. This is where you make payments. This is where you get registered into your courses. This is where admissions come from. This is where your timetable comes from. This is where you get help with financial aid and scholarships and bursaries and student positions, at least the eligibility to get a student position. All of that comes out of this office. We run our registrar's office and our financial aid department different than any other university, any other college in the province. What we have are enrollment service professionals, and these are amazing. It's a team of amazing people that look after just you and your program. So what I mean by that is, if you're in high school right now, you probably have a guidance counselor. We have a similar setup through these enrollment services professional, but instead of going by alphabetical order in your name, it goes by your program. So if you're in a health program, you're going to talk to Hannah Mislin. If you are in a technology program, you're going to talk to Phil Babby. And Phil is going to help you with Phil is going to help you with your transcript. Phil is going to help you with course registration. He's also going to help you with financial aid, scholarships, and bursaries. It's a one-stop shop. And the advantage with that is that you know who you're talking to. When you email Phil, you might know what he looks like. You might have talked to him in the past. He might remember you. When you go into his office, you might know where that is and be able to walk in there with confidence and know that you're going to talk to Phil each time you need help with course registration or your OSAP application, whatever it might be. And that way, when you do need help, you feel more comfortable. And that's what it's all about here. Lambton College is a very friendly campus. It's a very easy place to get help because we build in these student-focused services like our enrollment services professional. It's one of my favorite things about Lambton. So enrollment services professional is a great example of that. A very popular spot. You will definitely be talking to somebody in the registrar's office when you are a student here. And then just pop here to our IT service desk. Yeah, strange. So normally I don't lose internet in this spot, but anyways, I'm glad it's not sticking out for too long. So this is the IT help desk. Door's closed right now. However, there are people in there you can knock if you are on campus at the moment. They're here for all of your software needs. When you are a student, you're going to get logins to all sorts of different things. My Lambton, D2L, Web Advisor, sometimes some other types of softwares. They can help you get into those things. They can help you reset passwords. They can also help you with some hardware related issues sometimes. So if you're having an issue with the school issued device, maybe a laptop that you have loaned or an iPad that you have rented, or your personal device, in some cases, they might be able to help you with that too. Anyways, software, hardware related, that's a great first place to start. Let them know how they can help you or reset whatever it is you need to get reset. And they can do that all for you at the IT help desk. This is our counseling office. This is here for personal counseling, academic counseling. It's also home to our health and wellness center. So if you want to make an appointment with our on-campus nurse, he's here 5 days a week. If you want to make an appointment with our doctor, they're here once a week. Our student health plans are divvied up out of that office if you're a domestic student. They also do academic counseling. Maybe you are here today and you don't know what you want to do, but you know that college is the next step, but you're not sure what to take. They can help you through that process. They can look at your skills, look at your personality, and make sure that you're choosing the right thing for you. Also are there personal counseling too. So if you have anything you want to talk about with one of our counselors, they are social workers or psychotherapists, and they can help you through a lot of personal things that you might be dealing with. Unbelievably friendly, some of my favorite people to work with. And you can make an appointment there whenever you like, just by contacting counseling@lambtoncollege.ca, both health, academic, and personal. All right, so we're wrapping up here. This is the last stop of the tour today. We are in front of our Learning Commons, or Teaching and Learning Commons, all sorts of different names. The library, resource center, all sorts of different names this place goes by because there's a lot of services in there, but this is the study hub for the school. Normally, each of these desks that you can see that are empty have a computer at them. Very popular. It's normally packed with students. One day, again, it will be soon. And you'll notice that a lot of our resources are electronic now, and that's been the same way before the pandemic, just moving away from a lot of textbooks. Instead, a lot of stuff's on computers, and that way we can share things very easily, and you can start your homework in this library and hop across the campus and pull it up right where you left off. You can also rent textbooks and audiovisual equipment during the regular year from there. So if you needed a computer, an iPad, or a laptop, or whatever it might be, you can let them know at that front desk. Currently, that's going through our IT department. However, I'm sure it will switch back again at some point. We also offer free tutoring to our students. You might be able to see a desk kind of back here in this area. Yeah, right there, cool. That's the tutoring desk. So if you wanted to get tutoring, you can do so by booking an appointment with the Teaching and Learning Commons staff by emailing tlc@lambtoncollege.ca. The tutoring is free up to 10 hours per semester. So let them know what courses you're looking for help in. They can get you set up with that. If you are in second or third year, you can become a tutor too. It's a great way to add something to your resume. It's a great way to make some money as well. A lot of those positions are paid. So let the Teaching and Learning Commons know that you're looking for some help and they can get you set up with that. All right. Thank you. So that's the tour. I've been talking for a while. I'm surprised, or would be surprised, if anybody stuck out with the whole thing, and I hope you did. Maybe you enjoyed that as much as I did, because I certainly love running around the school with you guys. If you have any questions, now's a great time to let me know. If not, we'll be signing off in a few seconds here. Open house is coming up March 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There is still tons of time to apply. So make sure to contact us if you need help with applying. If you are applying to a program that starts in September, so many of them are still accepting students. We're still accepting applications for all of our programs, and many of them still have room left. Let us know. info@lambtoncollege.ca. Text us 1-844-LAMPTON. Contact us any way that you can. Get at us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. We monitor all of those channels. You can join us on live chat on lambtoncollege.ca. There's tons of ways to get a hold of us. We will answer your questions, of course. We will also cover your application fee if you are applying to a program that starts in September 2021. So just let us know what you're looking at. Let us know what you want to apply to. We're going to help you with that application. We're going to answer your questions. We're a great first point of contact in the school here. More than happy to help you with whatever it is you might need. So don't be afraid to reach out. info@lambtoncollege.ca, 1-844-LAMPTON. Text us, call us, email us, live chat, all that stuff. We are here to help. More than happy to do so. All right. Well, thank you. Cool. Well, that was fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Open house, March 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come on another tour. Come join the fun. Enter the draw for free tuition. Enter the draw for all the goodies that we have to give away that day. Come talk to the student services directly. Come join us, March 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Hop on lambtoncollege.ca right now. Click the banner, register. We'll see you there. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be tons of prizes, tons of information. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, well, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you guys so much for joining with us today. I hope you have an amazing day, and please don't be afraid to reach out if you need anything. That's what we're here for, and I can't wait to talk to you again. All right, see you, everybody. Yeah!